glory that Apostle and Prophet has touched our lives. So we know that we are basking and we are reaping the harvest. I have a personal testimony about how I joined Genuine Love International Family Ministries. Like a lot of us sitting here this morning, we've been to numerous church. We've been invited by friends. We say we're coming, but then we don't show up. But then we tell them next week that I'm coming, and then we still don't show up. I've been getting a whole lot of invite for my friend Miss Sandra, telling me to come to her church and hear her apostle speaks. And I was like, yeah, I'll come next Sunday. And then didn't show up. And she said, girl, you gotta come. I'm telling you, my apostle is the best. He has the word. And I'm like, okay, I'll come this Sunday, for real, I'm coming. So I came, and at the time we was on, right by Captain Crab's, I think it was 47, front store. And I came in, and the first thing I saw was, oh my God, this man is tall. And he had that purple suit. Yeah, that purple suit. That's how long I've been in Genuine Love. And when I came to Genuine Love, I joined the church that same day. And that is not something that I do. If you're not feeding my spirit, I was glad you give me my tithe, and I'll see you when I see you. But I joined, me and my daughter, we joined that same day. We joined Genuine Love. And I've been to Betty T. Ferguson, and I'm here now. When I got to this sanctuary, Apostle had an altar call. And he said, no matter what someone has done to you in your past, you need to let it go. Amen. He said, come to the altar and leave it at the altar. Amen. And I was struggling with an issue. And a lot of us, we're struggling with issues that we thought, when we say we forgive and forget, yes, we think we did until that word hits you, and then you realize, I thought I let that go. Yes, but I didn't. See, I've had a lot of burnt in my life. That's why I know I belong to Genuine Love. I am special. Yes, I am a peculiar child. Yes, sir. See, I've been through, homelessness. I've lived in my car. Wow. I've been molested. I've been abused. But yet still, you would not know, because Melinda is Melinda. And I wear a smile every day. Because honestly, I thought that I was not supposed to be here. So at the age of 13, I tried to commit suicide. Can't tell, but I'm still here. Amen. So that means he has a place for me. So that's the altar call. Apostle was preaching. We had a whole lot of altar call. I came with my little brother, and I was like, I'm not going. And he's like, sis, I think you need to go. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not going. That's not for me. I'm good. And I didn't go. But then he said, somebody in here really needs to be up here. And my brother tugged me, and he's like, sis, you need to go. And I'm like, I'm fine. He said, sis, really, I think you really need to go. So I went, I said, okay, if you go with me, I'll go up. So he came with me, and I'm holding his hand. And then prophetess came over to me, and she said, drop his hand. That's my anchor. That's my little brother. He's been through it all with me, so that's my support right there. She said, let it go. And I'm like, okay, but we still had a little connection. And she said, let it go, because she needs to do this on her own. And she went down and she was speaking in tongues, and she walked past me, and then she came back around, and I said, uh-oh. She's not coming to me. And as God is my witness, this woman gave me the biggest hug. And it was like when she hugged me, she burst a bubble. I started weeping. I started screaming, because I honestly thought that I had let go. I honestly thought that I had forgiven my uncle. I thought that this man was not going to faze me no more. But I couldn't say his name, though. Wow. I couldn't look him in the face. And I told myself, and I'm being honest because I'm Genuine Love, I told myself, if I ever seen that man on the roadside, I would run over my car. I'm being honest. That's how much anger I had inside, because I was 13 years old. You're my uncle. You're supposed to protect me from people outside, not do what a stranger do to someone that they don't know. ever seen that man driving down the street and he fall down, I wouldn't even give him a second chance. But that very day, I think it was in 2005, prophetess, I let go. I completely let go. When I tell you I could talk about my molestation with no problem, I could say his name, no problem. And if I see him, I would say, I forgive you. But I'm not going to go look for him. The Apostle said you don't have to look for your forgivers. Just know in your heart and speak it that you did forgive them. And I did. But if I ever run into him in the new Melinda now, I would tell him I forgive him. Amen. And that's how Melinda came to genuine love. Broken, ashamed, because I figured like all young girls do. You had to do something why it happened to you. And I'm here to tell you guys, from my personal experience, you don't have to do nothing. Amen. That's true. Everything that happens to you while you're going through your life is meant. Because I am stronger, I'm wiser, and I protect her with all my heart. Because I know what it is to go through something that a child or a young girl is not supposed to go through. But by the grace of God, he told me he had something better for me. And he brought me here. And this is why and this is how I know that I belong, not only in this world, but I belong at Genuine Love. I thank them for the prayers that they do. I thank you for all the trials and tribulations that they go through on our behalf. Because a lot of us cannot do things by ourselves. And if their prayer changes things, but it does, but sometimes you need an outside appearance. Because if she never hugged me that day, I still would be walking around here with that bubble that needed to burst. When I tell you it needed to be burst, it needed. It's like a burden that falls off your shoulder. You can breathe. You can walk freely. There's no anchor holding you back. So for our 15th pastoral anniversary, we're asking that the families sow a seed of $1,000. If you can sow more, then God bless you and you go for it. We're asking for the adults between $250 and $500. We're asking for the young adults for $50 and for the little kids $5. When I tell you that Genuine Love has changed my life, it has changed the way I look at life. Because I never thought I belonged in the life that I have now. You need a support team. You need a prayer warrior. You need friends and you need family. So if there's anyone that requires an envelope right now that is willing to sow their seed for apostle and prophetess, just raise your hand and we'll pass you out an envelope. And trust me when I tell you, the things that they go through, the preparation that they have to go through, nobody wants that. A lot of us see the work, but we don't know what they really had to do to come out here every day and pray for someone that you don't even know. Someone that you never met. I have never met prophets before I joined Genuine Love. And she did more for me than any therapist have done in my entire life. So I'm asking you, I know you got a lot of testimony, and I know each and every one of you has been touched either by an apostle or a prophet or by both, and they'll continue to touch. So sow your seed. Our theme is we are reaping the harvest. Enjoying the love of God. I'm enjoying the love of God. I've already reached some of my profit. And we're strengthening family. A family could be you by yourself, your child, your significant other, your husband. We are here because of what they are doing. We are not that powerful. And no man stands alone. Amen. So for the 27th of March, when we have our banquet, please come out and support us. Our colors are sky blue and white. We'll be here at 7 p.m. And to God be the glory, because trust me when I tell you, prayer do change your step, but you need outside appearance. Amen.